Shadow was a sleek black cat with a single streak of white on his chest, like a star against the night sky. He lived in a bustling neighborhood known to everyone as the Night Watcher. Shadow had a unique routine. When the world went to sleep, he patrolled the streets, weaving through gardens, alleys, and rooftops as if he owned them. It wasn't just for fun. Shadow had a purpose. The neighborhood was full of small, vulnerable creatures: birds nesting in trees, mice scurrying under porches, and stray kittens searching for scraps. Shadow's sharp eyes missed nothing, and his silent steps made him an unseen guardian. One cold winter night, Shadow heard a faint rustling near the playground. His ears perked up, and he darted toward the sound, his black coat blending seamlessly with the shadows. Beneath a broken slide, he found a shivering kitten, its tiny frame barely visible under the frost-covered leaves. The kitten mewed weakly, its voice cracking from cold and hunger. Shadow approached cautiously, his golden eyes softening. He sniffed the kitten gently, then nudged it with his nose as if saying, "Follow me." The kitten hesitated, trembling too much to stand. Shadow understood. With a low, reassuring purr, he crouched down and used his body to shield the kitten from the biting wind. After a moment, he nudged it again, guiding it to climb onto his back. Once the kitten was secure, Shadow began his journey. He moved swiftly but carefully through the frozen streets, his paws leaving faint prints in the snow. His destination was clear: the warm house on the corner where Mrs. Jenkins lived. Mrs. Jenkins was known for her love of animals and her habit of leaving food out for the neighborhood strays. When Shadow arrived, he scratched at the back door. Mrs. Jenkins, bundled in a thick robe, opened it with a puzzled expression. Her face softened when she saw Shadow and the tiny bundle on his back. "Oh, you sweet thing," she whispered, scooping the kitten up and cradling it in her arms. Shadow sat by the door, watching as Mrs. Jenkins carried the kitten inside. He gave a single, approving flick of his tail before vanishing into the night. The next morning, Shadow returned to his rooftop perch, overlooking the neighborhood. The streets were quiet, the creatures safe. Another night, another mission completed. For Shadow, the satisfaction of knowing his world was a little better was all he needed.